13 is my tech as well. So both these came clashing in here. Rogue said, no, we're not having any of that. Wisely, and obviously they're all about points right now. Haxedi making his way down south. I'm looking at this, actually. They're actually all getting pushed down in Milta Power. This is a team pushing FaZe. I mean, FaZe are pretty secure in terms of points, so they're probably not too bothered about this, but still, this can happen sometimes in the last game because, as you mentioned, teams that just don't care, they realize it's not to be for them. Cammy gets knocked down there. That's my tech, so that's down in Sosnovka Milia base. Now, we haven't had a chance to talk about the circle yet, Rich.
No, we haven't.
It's a big southern circle, yeah. There is a large portion of Sosnovka in there, so it could certainly swing that way, but it's, I would say, with the 60% of the circle in the northern side, I would say most likely it's going to swing to north in the sort of maybe the fields where Wick is. We will see, of course. It could take some serious diversions. Shots continuing on. This is down in Sosnovka, and it's the guys from the Kings of Sosnovka that are doing the killing as it is at the moment.
Mazarini up on Rust, or whatever else you want to call it. There are 1,000,001 different names. Main fight going to happen down by the back garages. African's going to be allowed to get his teammate up, so Cobra will get the res. I think the other player who's going to be up on the Rust side is just going to be too split away. Yeah, it's going to be rather unfortunate. I mean, they will be together. Mazarini can look over this just to make sure nobody tries to do any kind of pushing towards. So they'll get the finishes. 30 points will go in their way for Team 18. So Kings of Sosnovka, they become the Kings of Sosnovka, actually, because they are over on the island. And now they've only got Finguin to deal with. He's the last man standing over there. As we move further afield, we look at Rosshawk. This will be where Flames are. Flames, they are in, I believe, 4th place here, so they need a good placement to solidify their place for the European finals at the Haymarket. They'll be chilling, doing the normal thing. There's no one really pushing them. You do have Team 14, which is going to be, I believe, Team Incision, just over by Venice, Watertown, Sunken City, many different names for that one as well, just to the left-hand side. Further afield, we will move on to Hayes, and it just feels so bad for this man, one of my favourite players in the scene. He will go down early. However, the rest of his team, they are so spread out. Wick's going to bail away from this one. Rogue, probably they didn't kind of anticipate that battle because Rogue have been forced out of their home base. They're over between Ferryport all the way alongside the Yellows.
Ewan's going to get that crate. That's a nice crate. Okay, let's give you. All right, we can see Vino V. This is over in Yasnai. They're going to get flushed out for the kill there. Let's give you a quick update. So let's figure out exactly where things stand at the moment. Rogue, remember the top 5 will go to Haymarket. So that's going to be a live land you can get here. It's going to be in Leicester. You can see it all live. You can come and see these guys. It's going to be fantastic. Ewan going to get himself a fantastic crate. Now, Rogue, they're currently sitting in 5th place. They're on 1,815 points. RDH, that is team number, let's give you the exact number, 19 on the map. So they are currently in 6th place. They are just 10 points behind Rogue as FaZe light up the cheeky blighters that decided to try and push on towards the Milta Power.
So they're taking this fight to him. I like this aggression.
I mean, they've got nothing to lose, right?
No,
they're in the place.
It's a bit of redemption, though. You have one team who wants to try, and everybody knows where FaZe go. I'm sorry, but if people say they don't know the land here, it's just complete garbage. Everyone knows. It's
same with Method in particular, right?
Exactly. You know what's going on. Look at Jempty in the back lines. This is what Jempty's so good at. He'll just overextend. He'll just rotate. The bike will give away his position, so I won't expect to see, I would expect to see a couple of shots early. Look, here comes the advancement, Team 21. But Yempty, he knows how to pull a gun.
We sprinted
out at the last second. He's behind the wall, which kind of keeps him alive for now. But look at Hexeti. He's rotating back as well. He'll get the overextension on that side, so he can kind of keep him covered. But he needs to find a face here.
He's having a peek for it. Keep rotating the points at the moment. Just keep where FaZe are going.
Is just hiding him.
Just sitting. He's just the other side of the. I don't know what we call them. I mean, they're like
oil drums.
Oil drums. We'll go with oil drums. I'm pretty sure it's not oil. I don't know whether. I don't know what it's powered by. This station. It's probably not eco-friendly. Fuzzface is in there though. Mexi comes up. Yempty's still just bleeding out the other side there. So Chuluk taken down, and this is right. Okay, so what's happening here is basically a team's like, you know what? Let's see what we can do against FaZe. Let's see how we can deal with this. We know they're going to come towards us if we push this direction. Problem is, it seems like they're kind of half-heartedly. Some of the players are like, yeah, let's push FaZe, and some of the others are like, I'm not so sure about this. Like Exolutions, they have right back at the side there.
So the only saving grace is the SLR. Look at where that's on top of the broken down power plant. If Evolution can get a pick from that angle, then he might be able to open something up. But I mean, all right, it might be fun in games having a crack against FaZe, but in my opinion, you've dropped a bollock. Look at this. You're down into 2 versus 4. That's not good. That's not good at all. And You potentially. FaZe will advance this. FaZe will wipe this team out. They'll take back Milta Power. They've kind of messed up their looting progression a little bit because that circle has shifted away from them to the western side, but it wouldn't surprise me if they punish this team, kill them. They don't have to do it, but FaZe are FaZe, and it's quite easy for them.
So Team Incision here. Now, they have a chance still of getting in that top 5. They are being pushed there. House of Nobles in a bit of a battle alongside them. They're going to be in a battle with the Poocher gang. It's going to be back and forth between these. Neither really have a, I don't want to say really a chance to qualify. No, not a hope in hell. Team Incision, who we're looking there, they're on 1,485 points. They got to have a massive game, right, to try and qualify. But we've seen them have a win already. We've seen them take that win over FaZe here as 14 Brass manages to deal with the House of Nobles. Not being their day, it seems. Flicks the last man standing for them. Also, points-wise, Tiger Mafia still got a chance in there. They did see them picking up 45 points already as Method managed to find Avian from Noxus. Unfortunately, they've not had a good game.
Does he have the M24 as well? Has he just handed them a... I can't remember who looted the M24 for that roster. I mean, we'll find out off Andy if he has been gifted this one. I honestly can't remember.
No, he's still got the SKS in his back. No. So his Team Incision, like I say, they've got a chance of getting in there. Rogue, of course, who just picked up a kill on Crip. So poor Noxus just lost 2 players in the rotations there. Tiger Mafia in with a chance, and Inside Games also in with a chance. So that's Team 8 Tiger Mafia, Team 9 Inside Games, Team 14 is Incision. They're the numbers you need to be looking for throughout this roster as the lobby plays itself out.
Okay, initial rotation's going to start all the Team 20 inside of Dacia. That's dangerous because if you go up against a couple of people with an AKM, that's an instant quad
kill. I see a
kill.
ball of flames there, yeah.
Yeah, literally. That's
60 points in a car right there.
Quad kill, instant. You've got to be careful. You've got to spread out. And again, if there's 2 players with an AKM, it's GG.
Oh, is Rogue going to get it? Is Rogue going to get it?
Begins. Every single team they go past is a closer inch to death.
Who's on the bridge?
There is a team that, well, there's one player that's Cobra on the other side of the bridge.
It's the Cobra. Rogue are going to wish they had that. Oh, you know what? Okay, Yannick with the AK just gets a little pop. Okay, they're thinking, all right. They're trying to go for the gate cam. They're trying to literally split the bridge, as it were, because we still don't know which way the circle could go. It could go north, could go south. Yannick trying to get a couple of those heads. You see every time he jumps up, trying to get that pop the head. It's not going to make any difference. They just revive it straight afterwards, but, you know, it's worth.
Everyone now moving towards the center of the circle. We've got 3 teams all lining up on the western bridge. FaZe are making their approach from the east. They're going to go straight through Milta.
Alliance are being gate camped. Alliance being gate camped by Tiger Mafia.
Dink.
Tiger Mafia who need the points. Cobra just staring at this one.
One tap him. Go on, son. Come on, you got all the time in the world here.
Breathe, breathe, breathe.
Failed.
Now they now they have a choice. They've got to get behind the Dacia, or they need to push into Rogue. Because now they're like, okay, we're actually exposed to a sniper at the other end of this bridge. This is not good.
They haven't realized that he's behind them. All right, they're going to get in this vehicle. They're going to try and bail it. No, they're not. They're going to get out because now the panic stations are on. They realize what's happened. And look at this. Jazz has gone upstairs. They tried to bail on the bridge. There's one. Can he find a second? Tap, tap, tap. They're bleeding out fast. 2 drop. All of a sudden, Cobra, he's just lining up here. It's happy days for him. He'll try and bag some points for his team. 1's down already. 15 points go his way. Just going to fire through the smoke. That's it.
They needed each other. They needed each other. They were just like, no, okay, you know what? Let's just end it. This is not working out for us. It denies the points away from Rogue. They only got 1 kill out of it. So it does mean they only got 15 points, unfortunately. But, yeah.
I can hear our analyst actually laughing in the background. They literally just rolled the nade to themselves. I mean, I suppose in some cases it does deny. That's a direct split.
So I've seen a circle ended a number of times on the bridge, and it was the FaZe finish where I think TSM was stood up. But actually, AMPR was actually doing it. He was in that game, I'm pretty certain. TSM were on the top of the bridge and FaZe were underneath it, and they basically just had that 3-minute standoff at that exact same spot. I'm surprised they didn't just open comms up and decide to have a chat. Ras takes down Kavorka, big kill for them. 15 points going the way of Team Incision because they are chasing on the kills on Rogue. So they've got to keep collecting as many kills as they can, as well as positional play. Alliance, you can see coming in from the northern side as well. They're pretty secure. They're in second place with 2,390 points. Don't forget, you want to check out the point system. Get over to the play.esogaming.com and hope the site loads for you.
I'm interested to see how FaZe kind of approach this one, whether they decide to go a little bit further or take residency up on these rocks. I mean, these rocks are a great area. It gives them a lot of high ground, a lot of advantage to look who's coming, you know, kind of behind them from different angles. Right in front of them, you do have Method, who's one of their very, very close challengers for that top seeding area. They're also going to be central near enough circle. FaZe can kind of wait on this one if they need to transfer over across into Sosnovka. They can go get a boat from down below. They have the beachhead. Yempty's going to be there as well. Currently, Wick's trying to pick up a few points. He's trapped Team 14 inside a beautiful shack. There are quite a few names we use for this shack. We'll keep one that's clean on air. We'll say Sugar Shack for now.
A Sugar Shack. I like it. A Sugar Shack. It's white. Raz on the push, actually. He's pushing Copenhagen Flames. Does he realize how close he's getting here? He's just going to sneak on there. He's got to be hop, skipping, and done a peek there. Fever such a little peek back. Raz deciding to back away. He's not looking their direction at the moment, so don't realize just how close they've actually become to one another. It is a pretty intense fight between them. Copenhagen Flames on 2,275 points, currently safe in third place. Raz himself and his team need all the kills they can find to chase down the 300-point gap they have to try and catch Rogue.
FaZe are still laughing. FaZe are actually, I know we're focusing a little bit on FaZe, but they're still looting. They're just chilling for now over in the distance on the eastern side, but here comes a push through. Evolution will try and make it to
Let's go to the Lighthouse.
I think he'll just, either go to Lighthouse or bail it off the bridge. There's going to be Jazz up here waiting for him. Bye-bye. Does he get him in mid-air? No, he gets knocked from across. Pyro! That's 2 back-to-backs. They've seen them. That's a distance and a half.
Andy Pyro from the yellow buildings over the side there pops him on the Lighthouse. He's got no one near him, so someone's going to have to drive up there and try and go for the rest. So you can see it's going to be Yannick that's on his way up into the Lighthouse, so he's going to get the revive down, but Evolution did shoot himself over, got safe as 8C with the Mini-14s popping shots off left and right. Now he is safe from cover, I believe, from this side.
I mean, talk about playing spoiler to inject yourself into this battle and cause all kinds of problems. Ooh. Evolution's dead center, but he's got no one else. You can see Gosu over in the top corner. He's knocked and dead. Flames, they'll pick up 15 points. That's
Tiger Mafia going down as well. So remember, they've already lost their in-game leader, so now they're down to 2. Tiger Mafia, who had 1,700 points, so that's great for Rogue. Obviously, Rogue being chased here. Team Incision does decide to get engaged on Flames. Of course, as soon as Flames took shots onto Tiger Mafia, Incision are like, we need kills. Let's chase them down.
You see this battle going on in Longwoods. This is just north of Ferry Pier.
Fuffin's down. Stim Carry, they've pushed in.
Oh, that's a knock and a flush instantly. So they've pushed up. They fancy a bit of this one. Are they getting involved over here? Yes, Slim Carry at the back there. So he'll be take over the garage area. But the rest of Rogue, they're going to be split across from Lighthouse. I can see a transition coming, so they'll work together with Ewan and Yannick over in the 3-tier building. Circle updates,
Circle
once again, still keeps towards that center area, keeping everyone blustered. Now, that kind of works in FaZe's favor, because nobody is over there at this moment in time. If they push in, they can kind of control that coastline area, but at the moment, it's all about this fight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams all have eye-line each other. But whoever wins out of this one between 14 and 6 over in Longwoods, they control all of this western bank. It's so much prime territory. From this, you can kind of move forward with the game, potentially even control it if you go north and follow the circle in. FaZe, however, they've been caught with the pants down a little bit on the seaside shore, as Lipton will get a few dinks off with the 16 and the 4 times.
Yeah, I'm going to peek across there. Interesting battle for Lipton, but it's not one that's going to count towards the points, really. I know you guys want to see FaZe, see what they're going to do. So, give you a little positional update. Copenhagen Flames, we already saw them. They're kind of disengaging with Incision, so they're kind of like, no, we don't want any of this fight. So they're trying to step away from each other. FaZe, we can see here, way up on the edge of the circle. And look how aggressive they're being, because, you know,
Yempty's going behind him.
They're so safe, yeah. Just look at the aggression. The Yempty's just like, I'm going to go for a massive flank. Look at it. They've just basically put the big net around them. And they're just like, you know what, let's just go for the kills. Let's get them. They've already tried to push for that one fight. They only got 2 out of it, which probably didn't feel too satisfactory for them as someone pushed into Milter. Power on them, gets a little heat, but he's on top of a hill. Look at Haxedi on the flank as well. They're just going to pincer straight in.
Yempty's position here stops them moving forward. It means he can gatekeep. He picks up 1. Easy kill there for Yempty as he does move forward. Not going to flush through. Hexeti will seal the deal on that one there. He just run him over through the smoke. He just died through the smoke.
Just drove straight through the smoke at him. Oh, they are having fun, but Fuzzface is down. He's been flushed out by Telvar. It doesn't matter. Haxedi's going to finish the deal here. Yempty's also got more running in towards him. They will deal and get the kills, but fun and games from the boys at FaZe. Meanwhile, the points that matter, Alliance, they're dealing with. Oh, Flix, bless him. He's in all sorts of trouble in the fields there. So, Method safe at the moment. Rogue, of course, still need the points. They did just get another one on Team 18, so they got a shot across the bridge to manage to deal with them. Mazzarini on the beach at the moment, getting pot shots at him from Ewan, I believe. Meanwhile, Alliance and Incision, yeah, there's Ewan, M24 in hand, so taking a couple of pot shots on towards Mazzarini. He's going to get himself in that boat, or try.
If he tags him at this rate. Oh, he's found him finally, the one player down at the bottom from Team 21. The YOLO Solo Snake. He'll be flushed out. See you later. Evolution goes down. Their team ends their run here in 15th place. 42 players alive. T-Bone takes a tag to the back, and now he has information where the players are going to be. You could see how he shifted from about south over to southwest, and now he at least knows roughly where they're going to be peering from.
It was Purge that shot him, though, I think. I think it was Purge from the crossroads that actually took shots on him.
See, I love this area where they're at because it's kind of an elevated position, and it gives you so much line of sight from every... Like, it's bi-directional. I mean, if the circle goes their way as well, they essentially could spread out, could Alliance, and potentially gatekeep the entire northern area.
Right. The important teams on this map we're looking at here, we got Team 10, which is Rogue. Team 19, look at the south of the circle. That's RDH. They're currently only 10 points behind Rogue. So between those two, it really could go either way. We're seeing Method. They're dealing in the yellows. They've obviously been in and around here for quite a while. We saw them getting involved, taking a pot shot at Rogue earlier on. So the Vent Vipers are going to take them out. The circle swings. Now Rogue needs to move. Yannick's going to be the first one to try and go for it. He's going to be looking towards one of these shacks. You can see there's one just on the edge of the road. That's probably where he's going to head towards. He does get in there, so that's going to be central enough for him. He's got to be careful. The line's very close by, but it means that Team 19, they have to rotate around the edge of the circle up towards Copenhagen Flames as wanted. Has Andy Pyro pushing up. That's not going to work out. The UMP is going to deal the damage.
Little jump shot will seal the deal, and now he can look underneath. Find the containers, but the rest of Method are here. Here comes Chris trying to save the day. What guns he got?
The power slide isn't quick enough. Wick manages to get him underneath. You can see he managed to deal the damage, but the Vector is so powerful now with the changes in the SMGs. The Vector is absolutely like a railgun working its down, but Wick gets another one. Manages to take 80 down with that UMP. He's making it work out well for him. Method in trouble here as 80 gets dealt with. Method pretty safe in the points with 2,100, but they'd not like to finish like this. The nade just outside.
Chris, kill him and run. Killing him and run, my friend. There's no way you can go. You need to nail this one. Method, 14th place. That's a feel bad, man. We'll see how that one kind of plays out, whether they get knocked further down the field. I mean, it looked like they were pretty much up there.
So I'm just going to throw it out there. If Rogue happened to, or RDH, happened to pick up a chicken dinner and Rogue finished second, Method could go out. That is mathematically possible.
Oh dear.
Which would be horrific for them, because obviously they played very well throughout this. There's a lot to happen in that one. FaZe made a big move.
Just appreciate the real size of the move they've done. They decided to go north, rotate around, go straight through the open cornfields, and they've just taken an empty compound. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Alliance, they're in a great position up on that plateau where they're playing off of, just watching all these fights unfold in front of them. They're not getting any kills, but they're just watching kills happen, which means for them, they jump up placement every single time a team hits the deck. But FaZe have set up shop behind them, really. This is not going to be good for them in the long run. If they do need to move back, they'd have to go all the way towards the west, through the Longwoods, potentially even have to fight Team 14 and Team 6 along the way.
I feel FaZe have set themselves up for a chicken dinner here. Just that move, taking that compound behind Alliance, has sort of worked out so well in favor. It's not a great complex because, as you can see, obviously the hillside that Alliance in, it kind of overlooks them. So you peek out one of those windows, you're likely to lose your jawline. Rogue themselves, you know, with the position they're in, they're playing like they need to win. That's what's working out for them. I think they've collected about 5 or 6 kills already. They've definitely been involved in a lot of the gunfights in and around there. They set up themselves in the position. Obviously, not ideal. They didn't get Sosnovka. That's their home territory. It didn't work out for them, so they've had to adjust. Now, RDH, however, who were 10 points behind them coming into this, I don't believe have been involved in anything. They're playing for placement right now. They're sitting on the edge. They're sitting in Ferry Pier. They do have Tiger Mafia within grenade distance to them, so they're kind of close to each other. Here's Reels as well from Alliance. Looking down, you can see he's got a lot of people nearby. FaZe themselves, they did lose Fuzzface when they went on that crazy aggressive mode as he ran over a couple of players, but at the moment they're safe.
Games. Yeah. It's all fun and games, and for FaZe there's a vicious rumour if you keep saying G-Core, eventually the circle does go their way, so they're going G-Core, 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 just keep spamming it over and over again, and hopefully it will for them shift up into the north, but for Alliance they're hoping it kind of goes their way and maybe force them out of this one. Looking at this circle, obviously you've got Copenhagen Flames. They're still chilling in their same position. They can be a gatekeeping bodyguard system to all this western side. If anybody wants to go for a long flank through long woods, up round the fields, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams all. There's a couple of bits and bats, 13, 18 and 8. Last few remaining players of them. Team 16, 1 player remaining. You can see Flicks up at the top corner. He'll be falling victim there. He's just trying to, there's a whole like snaky kind of ditch he'll be laying in now, but he's got to go across an open field, and Mexi's going to have his number as soon as he pokes his head up. Flames will also start the rotation. We're on board with the Lions here. They're on the edge of the circle now, but they still own this plateau. Meanwhile, Team 14, the dead center of the circle, but they've only got a shack to defend them. I mean, it's more than what most other teams have got, so maybe they just play for placement.
And look at the shots. As soon as they move, Alliance just light them up with shots because they've been staring at that shack for a while. So they're going for the push actually over the road. That's in Team Incision. So they're going to look to try and make this push, which is dangerous because there is already a team there. It is Inside Games who, you know, we mentioned them earlier on. They're on to 1,720 points. They're not that far behind Rogue. They're only a couple of 100 points off them. So it is totally possible. There's still everything to play for in this matchup at the moment. Nelos getting taken down. That's not good. Mazzarini finds him. Tiger Mafia now down to 1. And that's going to be 100 IQ. If he can get the res off, he might be enough for him. But that's not a good start for them.
I think Kings of Sosnovka have done quite well to be able to go through what they've done to get to this point in the game. It's pretty big and pretty ballsy. It takes a lot to get across the water. Okay, you might just chill and swim, but with so many people setting up around Ferry Pier, they've done well to make it that far. You've just seen the M24 come into play, and this is now for Rogue to try and get a few picks. Nelos has been knocked again for a second time round. 100 IQ does have to make something happen. Keep an eye on that kill feed to see if Tiger Mafia do fall, because I'm hearing... I can see on my map there's a couple of shots kicking off. They're down, they're dead, they're gone. See you later, boys. Enjoy. Alliance still chilling with FaZe at the top. You've still got this 1 player out in the blue that will be going for it now. Rogue need to make something happen. Yannick, he's sitting happy. He still has the circle. But the rest of his teammates, they need to move up. They can play off the back of the Defilates. Wanted, however, still here with Team 11 over at the garage. You can hear all these bullets in the background just kicking off right now. It's FaZe looking towards Alliance, Flames looking towards Team 14, which will be Incision. Yeah,
positions are updating. We just saw House of Nobles go down in 11th place. Looks like VNV also going to drop soon, as not too many of them left. I can see just 1 remaining. That was a guy that was in the water, so he's dropped out. Like, as you mentioned, Rogue got to move. They've got 6 kills so far, so they're the most proactive of the teams that really can fight for that last 5th place spot. You'd assume, maybe assume that Method are safe, but as the points start to drop, the teams start to drop, we're down to 9 now, the points get higher and higher. You've still got RDH in there, you've still got Rogue in there, you've got teams that could maybe leapfrog Method. It's a pretty wild thing, but it's totally possible it's going to happen. We've seen Incision winning a game already earlier on today, so we know that they're certainly capable of it. The circle, it didn't do anyone too many problems. It was a very much a donated circle. Everybody was kind of central place for it already. The next one here that's about to pop in will make a massive difference. There's still 30 alive, 9 teams. Where's it going to swing? Probably going to go FaZe. It doesn't, but it does force RDH to move. They've been very passive so far. They've got to get a move in, as do FaZe, as do Alliance.
So the bigger question is, what does Alliance do here? Do they play to try and capture FaZe on a rotation? How do FaZe approach this one? Do they take this all the way out, go towards the western flank, go through the woods, go through the defilade that they've got? They have the cover. They can make it out here alive. It all depends how Alliance want to play this. Do they look forward to the circle?
Ate came straight in. That's RDH. He's gone straight into Mikhail. Reaper goes down as well, so that's 2 from RDH down. They were 10 points behind Rogue. They've only got 2 players alive now, so that was just about the worst they could hope for. Ironically, it's Arakan from that picked up the kill there from a long way out. They actually ran straight into Incision. Now remember, Incision, that is Team 14. They need all the kills they can get and the placements as well. Krasuka here from RDH. He needs something to help him out here. Akumi's and him. They can't go north. The Copenhagen Flames are there. They can't go to the section where they tried to go to, because I went straight into Mikhail. You can see the smoke down there. So they really have nowhere to go at the moment. Group 1, 27 alive, 10 teams remaining, and Skoom is down. Rogue, meanwhile, pick themselves up a kill there as Wanted drops.
Wanted gets fallen. That's the M24 coming to play. Yempty, unfortunately, gets battered Sigsy says hello, and all of a sudden his teammate will follow back there, so they'll let him bleed out and chill. FaZe have made it into the circle, however, Alliance are up there as well. They're kind of playing on the gatekeeping here. Flames, they want to get involved too, as people do try to traverse their way. Remember, they have control all of this western bank. If anyone wants to get into the circle, they have to come their way, and look at all them kills.
The RDH have gone down in 9th place. They are out of it, so they're not going to be able to qualify in 5th place now. The only contesters
FaZe and Alliance.
Inside games. FaZe are trying to push up on Alliance. It's really a battle of pride, if anything, because points don't matter between these two. A team that does matter is Team 9. They've just been bodied at the moment by Arikan. We're not watching that happen, but Arikan has just bodied them. That is Inside Games, who had a chance of catching on Rogue. Unfortunately, it looks like they've just lost 3 members to 1. Meanwhile, Mexi goes huge against Alliance.
One person steps up there, second player, T-Bone's healing back. 1, 2, 3 players of Alliance. They hit the deck. FaZe, they smell blood, they want more. And it all comes down to T-Bone from the long flank. Did he get the shot? Did he actually hit him? He did. He killed him. Oh my god, FaZe, they wipe out Alliance.
Oh, Raz and Ono picking up kills, but Pony Rider gets involved. He manages to down Raz. That's, of course, Team Incision. Reese B pops out of the door. He has to go for the revive. Now, Flames are going to try and push on this one. Yannick, meanwhile, has got involved. He's took down Wick. Rogue are still looking good. They're 3 alive and untouched. Meanwhile, Team 9 have managed to get a couple of revives in. They've only got 1 left, though. 2 left, sorry. Out of it. Mikhail gets down. Ono down as well. That is disaster for Team Incision.
Flames really injecting all kinds of problem here again. This western breach where people are pushing in, the circle's kind of enforcing these engagements. Meanwhile, the North FaZe, they can just play happy, do whatever they want to do. Last 2 players from Team 14, Incision, grenades are going down. They know where the smoke is, so they have the information of where these players are. It just falls short, the grenade. They're not in fact, Beaver's been hit by one of them, so 2 down inside the smoke. It all comes down to Pony, whether or not you can get both of these up. They're still throwing grenades. They still know where they are.
So Rogue have got to move. The circle's come up, and it's gone their way. Now, look at Team 9 on the minimap.
He just got dinged from a distance.
Yeah, Team 9 on the minimap is the one we should be focusing on now, because they're the only team that can realistically catch and take 5th place. They've got 4 alive. They've just revived. They've picked up kills. They were only 100 points behind Rogue coming into this one. Rogue, remember, has still got 3 alive. Vitality go down in 10th place. That is Vitality out. They're not going to be making it to Haymarket. That's a big loss for the Frenchman, as Team 9 managed to make the way across and into the circle. They've got themselves a shack. This is looking good for Inside Games.
FaZe and Rogue still yet to make their approach to this circle. They'll let all these fights unfold. See who's alive when they do get in here.
Where's Rogue going to go?
I mean, the only place they can go is directly to the circle. Simple as that. Hit that eastern side of it, but it all depends. If Mexi has the information, you can hear the vehicles now in the background will kick off. Jazza's going to try and make an approach. There is a little shack there. Maybe Jazza can sneak in behind.
Games are
Pony Rider will take out one. Raz hits the deck. Now all of a sudden, FaZe, they want to get involved in this. They kind of play a spoiler. They've taken out Fever.
That's Incision gone down. They've go down in 5th place. Stams, meanwhile, gets Jazza, but he's been dealt with by Yannick. Back and forward it goes. One nade could certainly make a big difference. Rogue, they're trying to get naded. They're trying to get it close by. They're going to go for the revive. This is a battle for placement and points. Rogue with 9 kills. They're looking good, but the placement points could make a big difference. There's 4 currently left in this, and of course 4th place is 295 points. First is 500. Yannick down by Mexi. FaZe, they're playing a massive spoiler here. Rogue with 2 alive in the smoke, but the nades are raining down on them.
All kinds of problem.
There's another nade coming. I just saw him jump.
That's good. Oh, 2 players. Like, literally, they just have to hold on here and beg for mercy. Yannick's going to fall down, unfortunately, to the blue. 12 kills for FaZe again. Good God.
So there's 135 points on the table for Rogue already, because they've got 9 kills. Can we have a look at Team 9 to see if they've got any kills so far, please? Because I want to know, I've got to do some serious math here. Meanwhile, they have a chance. FaZe and Flames, of course, they're both very much secure. The circle moves away from everybody. Everybody needs to move. Now, Team 9 knows exactly where Rogue are. They know that the 2 players are there. FaZe and Flames are basically the ones playing spoiler. They are safe. FaZe are in 1st place. Flames are probably going to be finishing in 2nd place as well, because they're both completely secure. Team 9, they've got kills. I just need to know how many they've got to see how close they are with Rogue.
FaZe once again finding Pony Rider there. Easy kill for them. They will tap it away. They can just leave him to go to the blue if they really want to. 2 players hiding inside the shack. He's trying to bait these guys out. He has some sort of information where they'll be.
2 kills.
It's not a lot.
That's
but
not, that's 30
look at
points.
if they get the win here, if they go into this final circle with 4 players alive, that's a GG and 500.
So they have to down Rogue right now. I think they're pushing for it as well. We're watching FaZe. We really need to be watching the battle between Rogue and Team 9. That's the one that counts for points for qualification. Cominic's coming straight in. Ewan's got him lined up. Ewan manages to land the shot. He's going to peek around the side. He tries to confirm it. Tries to finish it off, but Stamps speeds around. There's a grenade rolling in. Rogue goes down in 4th place. That could be enormous. That is 2 kills and 30 points going the way of Inside Games, who were only 95 points at the start of this game. Flames have dealt with FaZe. Hacksteady comes around. The Copenhagen Flames go down, and now they're looking. They're going to pick up 410 points minimum. Rogue go down 295 points. There's a lot of maths going to have to go into this one. But if FaZe now lose, 1 member of FaZe versus 4 members of 9, I think Inside Games have just done it. I think they've just stole 5th place.
Bullets will fly through. They know exactly where Haseti is, and all of a sudden, Inside Gaming, team number 9, they get the win. They get plenty of kills as well in the bag. How many is that going to be? 5? So, 5 kills in total, plus the win. Is that enough? That's literally, especially when you look at what you mentioned about A taking down Rogue and B Method getting battered in about 13th place. I mean, we're not going to make any presumptions here, but this is going to come down to the wire.
575 points to 4th place, 295 plus 100 and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, that is tight. I can see Toffees has his calculator out on the desk. There's a lot of calculations that are going to happen between this one, because that is so tight for 5th place. This is, of course, where Rogue managed to put the damage down. They got the kills, but is it enough? Let's get to the desk.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Awaiting official confirmation, but by our calculations, as you know, Mr. Toffees pushes up his spectacles in his scientific trench coat, it seems like they have been victorious. It seems like that they have clinched that 5th place. Again, awaiting official confirmation. We are not going to be, you know, pushing that out there, but that looks like they've been able to do it. But what a game. Like, coming down to the wire. And, you know, Avenger, we saw Rogue in a very dicey spot for a long time. They didn't go military. They knew, well, that there was probably going to be congestion there. There was 2 teams there to try and push them off that. They didn't go anyway. And then they sat over the bridge for a long time trying to stay solid.
I mean, they were in a good position, and they were playing it very greedily.
Yeah.
As I said throughout this, they lost players. They lost a player due to be playing very greedily. They could have kept 2 guys at the gas station and 2 guys at the glass house instead of having 1 being at the light tower. They didn't need a guy at the light tower, so they could just be playing 2-2 or even all 4 together and keep that spot where they were. And then they might have had a better chance here in the end game, where instead of having to lay down as 2, they could play it a bit more aggressively.
Yeah, Inside Gaming looking to just run around that bottom side. I mean, admittedly, I think they didn't really know 100% that Rogue was in exactly the spot that they were going into that spot, Toffees. And then from there, picking up those extra kills has really meant a whole lot to their advantage here.
It does. Now, here's my real question.
Uh-oh.
Method went out in 14th place with 2 kills.
Oh, wait, that's
Rogue
a good point.
racked up a metric ton of points here, and I honestly think, and I'm not good at math, everybody who watches knows that, I think that Rogue may advance over Method.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
so before coming into this group, we had FaZe in 1st place, we had Alliance, we had Method, Copenhagen Flames, and Rogue. Copenhagen Flames still got themselves a top spot there, so we believe that they should be okay. But as you say, Method got very few points in that round.
They racked up 40, 50, 60, 70 points total for that entire performance.
Right.
Add that to their last scores, it's not as much as Rogue, who came out with an insane.
No.
Method's still good?
Method's Method.
Well, it was fun for a moment.
Copenhagen Flame has overtaken Method by far.
Okay.
They're 20 points behind. Rogue got, I believe they've gotten around 2260 points, and Method